I saw Joker, but before I wanted to start the review, I had to go see it again. I had to just make sure everything that I saw, every way that I felt, everything was coinciding with how I initially felt. Second thing, I made a video talking about the controversy of this movie. If you haven't checked it out, I'll probably just reiterate here anyway, but check it out if you want. The controversy behind the film about like fear-mongering and like, you know, basically the NYPD, all that nonsense, all the crazy stuff. It was all still, I made that video before I saw the movie. I still feel the same way after. It was all ridiculous. Who do I blame? The media. The media and some of the reviewers really tried to portray this movie as if it was glorifying, as if like violence, as if it was intended to hurt people in a specific way or uprise certain types of people. Not at all the case. This movie is deliberately like broken. This movie is the story of Arthur Fleck. The only negative I can probably think is maybe that some of the side characters don't get a lot more shine. Like I would say Zazie Beetz doesn't get much to do. But then again, it's a story about Arthur Fleck and it's from his perspective. Obviously Arthur Fleck is Joaquin Phoenix, who Arthur Fleck later becomes a Joker. This movie, to me, it's near a masterpiece. It's honestly, aside from maybe the cast, it is a masterpiece. Or not aside from the cast, aside from certain characters not getting much like to do in the movie, it basically is a masterpiece. To me, anyway. Obviously, film is subjective. You can hate it, you can love it, you can probably think it's just whatever. But the pacing, the cinematography was out of control in this movie. There are so many shots in this film that I want to have framed in my room. If you've seen the Joker trailers, the one where he's like just standing with his cigarette and like you see the blue like light on him, but like the colors of his makeup, the face he has on. There are so many beautiful shots in this film. Watching this film, if you're a cinematography fan, I would say watch it for at least the cinematography. It is astounding. The music, the soundtrack for this film, it is also astounding. The tension for this film is, this film is tension, full of just tension and like anxiousness. You're just waiting to see what happens. When is he gonna snap? What's gonna happen? Joaquin Phoenix, to me, the two people, I have to see a lot more like some of the more indie films. To me, the two people as of right now that deserve either Best Actor or Best Movie of the Year so far, just from what I've seen personally, obviously I need to see a couple more movies, is Rocketman and Joker. Joker, to me, it transcended the comic book genre. What that means is basically it is a comic book film, but the way it was made and the way it was presented makes it feel like you're watching just like you're watching like a crime drama or something like that. You're not watching, you know, like aliens and like super colorful, like, don't get me wrong, the film is colorful. It's colorful in a dark way, and the way the colors work makes, like, if you watch this film, watch it in IMAX. I guarantee you it's worth it. Oh my god. It is gorgeous. Watch it in the biggest screen you can. Joaquin Phoenix, he either, I want to say win Best Actor. He has one of the best performances of the year. Is that surprising? Honestly, no. It's Joaquin Phoenix. He definitely, I don't know, I wouldn't say definitely, because the way the Oscars are and the way like the crowd is, I don't know if they're gonna allow this super ultra very violent movie that is causing mass hysteria to be in their Oscar categories, which I find absolutely ridiculous. Because guess what? Guess what, America? You know how many movies that have come out over the past like decades that either not glorify but have movies about psychopaths or just, you know, people that aren't well with mental illness? Let's see. Taxi Driver, which this movie's like heavily influenced on because of Martin Scorsese. American Psycho, right? And that was like what, in the 90s? A Clockwork Orange. Silence of the Lambs, any Hannibal movie, the Hannibal series. There are so many. The Joker, just the Joker in the Batman movies, like the Jack Nicholson Joker is still terrifying. He's still crazy and scary. Heath Ledger's Joker that people idolize, again, for proper respect, he deserves it. People idolize that Joker and like whatever. But what was his mantra in that film? How many, like his entrance, that people literally remember Heath Ledger's Joker for a couple things, or for his performance in general. But one of the biggest standouts was when he literally, guess what, violently did his magic trick and slammed a pencil into someone in a pencil. That's violence, right? And to be honest, this movie doesn't have much of that violence. It's literally, all the violence is maybe towards the end. You get one action sequence in the, like, not sequence even, it's like one thing that happens in the middle, an event. Then you got pretty much the climax of the film. That's pretty much where all that violent stuff happens. And honestly, I've seen worse in other movies. I know there's a difference when in terms of like, which there shouldn't be, but there's a difference between comedically violent and just real violent, like people feel uncomfortable, which again, if you feel uncomfortable, that's completely fine. But this movie was nowhere near as violent as people thought it out to be. We all know the Joker is bad. We all know the Joker has a mental illness. I know people like to say, oh, well, Joker is just Joker because that's the way he is. Again, great. I love characters that don't have backstories. But that's why Joker is such an interesting character to do a backstory of. Because if done right, you get a movie like this. Which to me, again, and if you disagree or if you don't like it, that's on you. It's completely okay for you not to like it. But this felt like a Joker film. It felt like you saw the rise of the Joker in a bad way, obviously. The movie never paints him in a good light. You're watching this movie, the entirety of the movie, which is why I say some of the side characters don't get as much shine, even though they have some great actors, is told through Arthur Fleck, Joaquin Phoenix's POV. You are not watching like things that happen around him. Almost every scene in this film, you are Arthur Fleck. You are with him. You're watching him dance or do whatever. You're watching him transform slowly through the film. And the movie's slow and it takes its time with the character. It is insane. It is crazy. It is Joker. It is a phenomenal movie. It is a must-watch to me. All the hubbub and all the thing, it honestly doesn't deserve it. I don't get why. You know what? Free publicity. But guess what? The media themselves have damaged the movie in a way because now people are afraid to go see this movie. Because you have cops outside of the damn theater, where you have some cops inside the theater waiting or just sitting around or undercover watching the movie, maybe expecting or waiting for something to happen. And it feels like the media just wants something to happen just to report it. And it's crazy. Because, like I already mentioned before my examples, there are tons of movies with these things. Raging Bull is a very violent movie. Very real, very violent movie that Scorsese made. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is pretty violent. And any Quentin Tarantino movie is pretty violent. So Reservoir Dogs, like there are countless films that are violent, more violent than Joker. Even more real violent. So to me, go watch the film. To me, it is easily out of 10, a 9.5, 10 out of 10 for me. I was entranced. again, I sympathized at the beginning with Arthur, but as he started to deviate more and more and more, and we saw the decline, I started to obviously separate myself and go, okay, now he's like gone. Arthur is no more. I just wanted to say too that I almost forgot to mention in the video, but Joaquin Phoenix, when he transforms and he puts on the Joker makeup, you physically see his mannerisms and everything, his entire body chemistry from the beginning of the film to the end of the film, like switch, and it's so mesmerizing to see. Not only that, when he puts on the makeup, he is the Joker. He is transcended beyond being Arthur. He looks insanely like I wouldn't want to say cool, like just on a design aspect, like the colors and everything, the way the design is for his suit and his face and everything, the paint. But I know a lot of people weren't a fan of like the whole like old school like clown makeup with the blue on the eyes, but it really works. He looks fantastic. He looks amazing as full Joker. Also, another thing, I guess people are gonna ask, like, who is a better Joker? If people do ask, there's still no definitive Joker, like who would win, because Joker is such a blank slate and open-ended character that everyone who has portrayed him wins in their own right. Heath Ledger, legend. Jack Nicholson, legend. Cesar Romero, I think his name was, legend. Joaquin Phoenix, already a legend. So each of them work for their own film. I know it's kind of like a cop-out answer, but I guess to me, on a personal note, Jack Nicholson has always been my favorite Joker from like '89. I would say design-wise, like how the Joker design looks, I say the new Joaquin Phoenix Joker is probably my favorite. But in terms of at least being a little more lighthearted, and even though it's dark still, a little more lighthearted and like kind of not upbeat, but more cartoony, I would say Jack Nicholson is still my favorite, personal favorite. They're all amazing though. They're all like, it's just, you can never pick a wrong Joker just because they're all so different. So I'll let you. That'll be a good question for the end of the video. Who is your favorite Joker? Not a lot of people are gonna say Heath Ledger, but maybe a lot of people say Joaquin Phoenix now. But let me know down below. So that character that we kind of felt for at the beginning is no more. Everything he's doing is not good. I understand that. It's okay to find a villain interesting. I wouldn't say it's okay to like sympathize with a villain, but again, it is portrayed through Arthur's POV, which is why it almost makes you feel bad for him, because for him, what he's doing is the right thing. And it's sad to see, but what he's doing is wrong. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Dr. Stone should be coming tomorrow or soon. Maybe tomorrow. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, I went out and hung out with my friends, which is why I have the floral shirt on. But hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe for new. Share the video if you enjoy. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and my Snapchat. I hope you all have a great night. Bye, guys. Watch Joker. Do it.